types of cloud. Okay, this is where we come in. Listen to it very carefully. I think in most of the organizations, if you work right, you will observe these cloud models actually. When it comes to cloud models, right, we have 5 cloud models. One is public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, multi cloud. Public cloud, private, hybrid, multi, community. Okay, we have 5 types of cloud types. Okay, most of the types, this is what the cloud types are divided into. Okay, first type is public cloud. How the public cloud is means, it is accessible through internet to all the users, just like you did right yesterday. That is a public cloud. AWS is a public cloud. So you have just created an account and you can access all the resources from your account, which is nothing but AWS. Okay, in that all the services will be managed by the provider. Provider is nothing but AWS, that is Amazon Web Service. So you just need to take out the services and you just need to utilize, which is nothing but the public cloud, which is AWS. Okay, next is the characteristics. In public cloud, right, you have some of the characteristics, which is nothing but how we discussed for the our cloud computing, like measured service, resilient computing, pricing models are good, it provides high security, and resource pooling is available. Similarly, if we go into deep for each everything, we have this public cloud. And in public cloud, the first option is pay per usage. Whatever you use, you just only pay for that. Next is again scalability, it will be the same. Next is managed by the service providers. You don't need administrators, networking guys, or some infrastructure guys for you to worry about. Whatever the service, if you have knowledge about, you can take it up and you can use it up, and you don't need to worry about the managing thing. Okay, and shared infrastructure. If you take a organization account, right, from that single account, you can multiple users in your organization can access it. So they can share the resources and they can even access and work on it. And the next thing is again reliability and redundancy, which we discussed. And security is also highly provided by the public cloud. The next thing is like private cloud. Private cloud is nothing but, we discussed right here, if you see, we have this MNC nowadays, they are obviously using this cloud providers, AWS or Azure or something, in order rather than using their own data centers. But even if you see nowadays, most of the MNCs have their own data centers. They have their own networking guys, they have their own tech support, they have their own infrastructure guys, they have their own infrastructure buildings and everything, and they will still manage it their it own. So that means whoever, they have their own private infrastructure and the data center, and they have their private servers, that all comes under this private cloud. Okay, so it is nothing but, uh, if a corporate industry manages its own infrastructure using the data centers in it, then that is called a private cloud. Okay, or some guys even give them even ask like, yeah, they will even provide some particularly. Okay, like for example, I own a data center. Okay, and I manage it, and some other guy is taking the rent or services from it. So even if I manage it and if the other guy is taking rent for me, so for me it is a private cloud. Okay, that means I am only providing you and giving you the measures and networking security to only to you, it is not for everyone. Okay, so even that comes under the private cloud. And the next thing is like in the private cloud, right, there will be two divisions, which are called as on-premise private cloud. If you don't understand anywhere, you can stop it there, Sashi.
Yeah. Okay.
Private cloud. Anyway, all these are simple concepts actually. All this just needed only for you to clear the interview actually. After that, it is not even needed once you got some good experience. No one will ask you, tell me about how many types of clouds are there, all this. You will just observe it. Like once you go into the industry, right? You will just observe it and you will think like, oh, our industry is using the hybrid cloud. No, my current industry is only using the public cloud. Oh, our industry uses the private cloud. So you will just think like that at that particular point of time. You will get to know like what is going on, which is actually more crucial in our industry, right? We only use the public cloud actually. So we get to know, in my previous industry we used to use hybrid cloud. Both hybrid cloud is nothing but it includes both the private and the public cloud. That means we used to have our own data center managed, as well as we used to use for the public resources for, I mean public cloud for some other works as well. Okay, So all these situations you will see when you go into the companies or when you change into the companies and going forward. Okay, coming to this private cloud, you have two types. One is on-premise private cloud, and the other is outsourced private cloud. Okay, in the on-premise private cloud, nothing but simple, right? In the private cloud, we discussed two types. One is on-premise and other is outsourced. In the on-premise, the entire data center will be managed by your own organization, and it will be managed by your organization guys only. But whereas in outsourced, the entire data center will be managed by some third party guys, but it will be only used for your only organization. You got it? Here, the data center is only used for your organization and by you managed by only your company, guys. But here, the data center is used for only your work, but it is managed by some third party, guys. So that is the only difference between the private cloud, one that is on premise and outsourcing. Clear on on
Okay.
premise and outsourcing?
Yeah. Um, I mean,
Yeah.
it's still in the data center only, right?
Next is
On
like
premise,
we have this
company people manage that.
hybrid cloud. So coming to hybrid
Hello.
cloud, right? Hybrid cloud is a combination of both public and private,
Hello.
which I already told you. That means, let us say in my company, I have a own data center, which is being already managed by the my own organization team, either the networking infrastructure or some other the team. But for some other reasons, which I will tell you, they will even opt for the cloud providing services, which is in my previous company, they took it for AWS. Okay, so that comes into hybrid cloud. So that means you are having both the public cloud as well as the private cloud resources you are utilizing. Okay, so that means both the benefit, which is like government sectors. Community cloud
Hello.
is if everyone uses all the clouds, then that is a community cloud.
Hello.
Any doubt in the cloud models?
Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I am able to hear you. Are you saying something?
Yeah, from last 5 minutes there is no audio.
Really?
Yes, I messaged
How are you able to hear?
and now I'm able to hear you. No, previously you
So
said
where are we then?
on-premise cloud. On-premise cloud, and you explained everything, and you asked me the question, right? I said
Uh,
on-premise cloud. I have doubt from there. At least
Good.
three,
Then tell
four
me.
minutes. 3, 4 minutes it is.
Yeah, tell me. Go ahead. What do you have doubt on on-premise?
Okay, okay. In on-premise means it's in the location is in the data center or in the company's own place.
See, in the private cloud, right? So first of all, when you go to private cloud, that means let us say you are working in Accenture. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Again, or else I'm thinking. Okay. So let us say you are working in Accenture, and Accenture has their own environment. That means in an organization, Accenture owns a building, and in that building they have their own setup. That means they have their own data center. Okay. So what this on-premise private cloud means is the entire data center of their organization will be managed by their only team. That means Accenture guys only, like your colleagues, network guys, infrastructure guys, or maybe some tech support guys. Okay,
Okay,
so this is on premise, and the next thing is outsourcing. So here the belongs to Accenture. That means the data center belongs to Accenture only, but the managing or the issues giving to the some third party provider. So in the outsourcing, the data center is yours, Accenture's, but the work will give to work on is to the third party provider, some other guys, just like a contract.
got it, got it.
Okay. Mostly what you will see if you work in a high level organization is they will always tell like on-prem servers, cloud servers. Remember this word, which is technical,
Okay,
and this is how the guys in the industry will speak out. What they will tell you, no, hey buddy, that is a on-prem server. So what they will tell you is that server is from their own data center, and you don't need to like let us say you have this APUU009 server. Okay, AP0 you have to do 768 server. Okay, let us say you got alert for these two servers. Okay, so the first server, it was mentioned of tag, you know, right? Tag means just naming tag as somebody told you like on-prem server. Okay, so if you don't know this is a on-prem server, so if your organization is a hybrid cloud, what you will do? You don't know where to search and how to log into this instance. So at that particular point of time, you will take this instance and you will log into either one of the servers. I mean, you will go to AWS accounts, there will be multiple accounts, and you will search for the instance and you won't be able to find out. Then maybe you will go into the your data center like this VMware, vSphere and everything, and from there you will search it out. Okay, so there will be a lot of things actually. So at this particular point of time, you will heard a word called on-prem, which means that your servers are locally hosted on your own private cloud. And if they say it's a cloud server, then it is like you need to go into the AWS account or Azure account or cloud account, and you need to search that server. Okay. So hybrid cloud is nothing but, right, if your organization is using both public cloud and private cloud, then that goes as a hybrid cloud. Nothing means your organization has to own your data center, as well as they are even using the public cloud, which is nothing but either AWS, Azure, and some other things. Okay, this will help them
Okay.
in cost cutting. Like let us say they have a very critical application. So at that particular point of time, for higher security, they may deploy their application on their private cloud because they can manage their own network security and everything. And if the application is which is less prior or less critical, they may, for reducing cost and everything, they will deploy it on the public cloud. So hybrid cloud, it has its own advantages actually. And the next thing is multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is nothing but you will be having some organizations or military organizations or the government organizations. So what these certain industries will come and use their own set of a cloud. Okay, they have their own separate cloud. Okay, and it is not shared between others. So such cloud type is called the multi-cloud. And the next type is called community cloud. Community cloud is nothing but if a organization uses all the above types of cloud, then that goes as a community cloud. Most of the times no one will ask you for multi-cloud and community cloud and you won't even see it, but the important cloud is like public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud.
Okay. Any example
Okay.
there for
If,
community? Like any industries? I mean,
no,
anyone using community?
community cloud is just like a model actually. Let me check it out for you. I will check it out and let you know tomorrow session, because I
Okay.
haven't heard. I think I need to check it out because I haven't heard any organization using community model, but the model just came out from the AWS end. But the multi-cloud is used by the most of the government organizations because which they need high security and everything.
Okay. Okay.
So when it comes to the overall analysis, right? Like if you compare the public cloud, private cloud, and community cloud or the hybrid cloud, uh, it is always something like the public cloud is easy because everything was already provided by your cloud provider. But whereas the private cloud or the hybrid cloud, it is complex because you need to use two types of cloud and you need to have your own engineers and infrastructure guys and the tech support guys you need to manage, and even the workers you need to manage. So when it comes to the initial setup, public cloud is always easy. You don't need to do have any even high capital and everything as well. The
Okay.
next thing is flexibility, scalability. It is always high actually for all the cloud deployment models. And the next thing is cost comparison. Always the public cloud comes with the cost effective. That means you don't need much amount or much capital for you to start your own business. Okay. And when it comes to security, always remember in private cloud, the security is very high when compared to the public cloud because you have your own networking, you have your own VPC and everything, and which you will be able to organize. Next comes
Okay.
is like cloud service models. I think which you are already aware, like IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, SaaS. So coming into the cloud service models, right? The first thing is like infrastructure as a service, IaaS. So coming into infrastructure as a service, so here you are nothing doing. What you will do is, let us say you don't have an application, you don't have a software. So in the process of infrastructure as a service, what you are doing is you are taking the servers, or either you are taking the storage, or either you are taking those virtual machines, or either you, if you want to take out the networking components, and you want to do the rest actually on top of those infrastructure. So at that point of time, you will take this infrastructure as a service. That means you are about to utilize this infrastructure, either the virtual machines or network or storage. So AWS cloud providers offer you this infrastructure as a service. This is one of the cloud service model. So what you can do is either you can scale the resources again, right? Always when it comes to infrastructure of a service, you can scale up the resources, you can scale down the resources based on the demand. You can even select like how much cost or which resources you can select, or the which resources the infrastructure when we get. Everything is based on your own requirement. Okay, one of such is obviously in AWS you will see EC2, which is one of the infrastructure, or the S3 simple storage service, and in Microsoft Azure, if you see it is called as virtual machines. Next comes is PaaS, platform as a service. In the platform as a service, right? Below the infrastructure he already gives, but what we just need to do is we just need to focus on the writing code. We means developers. Okay, in the platform of a service the infrastructure is already provided, but in order for the application developers to develop an application, they just need to write a code. So that this is just like a one step higher than infra. Here you don't need to manage your infrastructure, you just need to write a code and you just need to do the software. If you understood, right? If you are taking as an IaaS, you need to write your code, you need to develop your application, you need to manage your application, because only infrastructure is provided. But in a PaaS as a service, your infrastructure was already provided, but you only just need to write a code in order to develop your software, which is nothing but PaaS. PaaS, PaaS.
Okay.
Okay, so one such example for the PaaS is mostly this Google App Engine. Okay, Google App Engine is nothing but it is a platform where you can write your code and develop and manage your applications. Google App Engine. Here for the IaaS, we have this EC2 or virtual machines. And the next is here the very advantage is like you do, as I already said, there is no need for you to manage your infrastructure because infrastructure already comes as part of the PaaS. You just need to write your code and develop your applications. Okay, examples are like Heroku, Google App Engine, and there will be many more. Okay, and the next thing that comes is like SaaS. Here you don't need to do anything. You will directly get a software as a service. That means you can directly go and use upon that software, which is nothing but the Microsoft 365. You will see that Teams, Outlook, and everything, right? Or the Salesforce. All this comes as an software as a service. You don't need to manage anything. The entire application will be given to you. You just need to pay for it and you just need to use it. Any queries there, Sashi, on the cloud
No.
models, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service? In the
No.
infrastructure, only in the infrastructure you need to select and all the development and everything you need to do. But here the infrastructure was already given in the Google App Engine. You just need to write your code and develop your application. Here the entire software or the application is provided based on the subscription models. You need to take it out, you need to pay for the amount, and then you can use the software, which is nothing but the Microsoft 365. I think you need to pay the subscription yearly or something, and then we can use the product, either Teams or Outlook or any other service which is being offered by the Microsoft.